everyone, Mario Menace here again with another Need for Speed video. With Need for Speed 2017 confirmed, Need for Speed fans are hyped. But there's a lot of things Ghost Games has to do to live up to that hype. Here are 7 things or 7 ways or 7 categories in which Ghost Games can make Need for Speed 2017 better than the last Need for Speed. The categories are as follows. 1. The bulk of the game. 2. The AI. 3. The cars. 4. Settings and setup. 5. Music. 6. Physics. And finally 7. Online. Alright. Disclaimer. I like and respect all Need for Speed because each one brought something new to the table and I appreciated that. So this is not a hate video. So please do not come with the rivals, hate the most wanted, hate the pursuit, hate. That is not what the video is about, so please leave it out. Alright. Another thing, this video is a long video, so please go pee-pee, go eat, go take a shit, and make sure you have nothing on your mind and have an open mind, because most of my opinions you might need an open mind to really understand. Alright, so let's begin. 1. The bulk of the game. The bulk of the game is basically what you get when you break down the game. When you break down Need for Speed 2015, you get climate and story. The climate was basically nighttime, dark, with rain, basically all the time. Right, so people got turned off from that look because it felt like they were doing, it felt repetitive. In the Ghost Games article, they hinted that, they didn't hint that, but they had a picture of a 350Z and the background was dawn, was a kind of dark dawn. So in that way, I think EA is hinting that they are going to have a day and night cycle. The thing about Most Wanted 2005 is that's how you felt exposed. You felt in the daytime you could do anything because the police would come for you, basically. But in Carbon, which was nighttime, you felt like you could do anything you want, but you had to be aware of creepers or the police that would be lurking, you know. So adding 2 a day and night cycle would be adding 2 different feelings, 2 different experiences, and depending on how they do the dusk and the dawn, you'll add 2 more experiences. If they do the dusk and the dawn well, it could add 2 different feelings, and so overall we'll have 4 feelings or 4 ways to experience the game. Like you're driving at dawn and you hear the chickens croak or cock or make what is the noise, but you get the idea. Story was okay in my opinion. I like the story. It wasn't top notch, it wasn't all that, but other people thought the story was boring. Some other people thought the story was forced, that the acting was forced, and I felt the forcedness sometimes, not all the time. I had to give them credit. I appreciate that they tried to do a story, and the story was okay enough to get me by or through the game. And Need for Speed The Run had a story as well, but the way how the story was done, it didn't put the actors in a situation to force any emotions. He just did it because he was in debt, he needed money, so he went through a crunchy industries to get money to pay off the debt. Whereas in Need for Speed 2015, they had this buddy emotional story, and the actors, I don't think, were capable of not forcing emotions at certain points. So in my mind, if the story doesn't put the actors in a position to force emotions, then they would act it out okay. Right? Second, AI. Rubber banding was a major part of the AI to keep the game rolling, to keep it competitive, even in offline mode. But the rubber banding was ridiculous. People complained about the rubber banding in hard events all the time. They said component parts was ridiculous, and I personally had no problem with component parts. The only problem I had was with a Legends wheels, where I have to use Nakai-san's Porsche to beat Amy, and Amy was ridiculously fast. Even when she crashed and I got a lead, like a big lead, she would just find a way. She would always pass it. So they need to fix the rubber banding. They need to check that out, because the rubber banding was still noticeable in easy and medium events, so they don't get away. EA doesn't get away from this rubber banding problem because it was still noticeable in easy to medium events. Cups were easy. They felt like if they didn't try. They also had random spawn, and roadblocks were cool, but heavy roadblocks didn't despawn. The cups were lazy. Long story short, the cups was lazy. The random spawn was also lazy and annoying, because they would just find themselves in awkward places at the start of races. The race now starts and I run into a police officer, or I now just evaded a pursuit, and then I bend a corner and there's another police officer and I'll start one. But police didn't really bother me that much, because, well, they were so easy to evade that it didn't really matter to me. The roadblocks were cool, but the heavy roadblocks didn't despawn. So they would have these SUVs, these big SUVs behind dividers, and they'd have that in the street. So that was your heavy roadblock. And roadblocks were set up that no day in the week, no day in the month, no day in the year you could pass through those roadblocks. From the time there's that roadblock, you have to find another route. But the thing about that is the roadblocks didn't despawn. The only how to remove that roadblock from there was to join the next lobby, or to take off a game and start over a new one, basically. I tried to do a 5-star pursuit just to see how it would be, to see if there would be any change. And there was a change. The police got slightly more challenging, but they still wasn't packing. I had enough punch to get me busted. They had spike strips on the ground, and I ran through some of them because I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't focusing. But because there were the gas stations that I could drive through, it was easy to refill my tires and go on my merry way and evade them. So it wasn't really a big deal. I think that the police wasn't meant to be a big part unless if you're doing outlaw races.
This is a
3. Cars. Cars were excellent in 2015, and Need for Speed 2015 they were excellent. I loved the carless, I enjoyed it, but they needed more cars. Even after I chose all my favorite cars and I bought them and I upgraded them, it still felt like there was so much other cars that I wanted to upgrade that I couldn't, because the car list just wasn't as diverse, or didn't have as much cars as I had liked or hoped. So more cars without removing the cars from the previous list, because I have a Z28 that I love to death. So I would be very happy if they just don't remove any cars from the previous list, because a lot of people, I'm sure, have their favorite car in the list, and they would hate it if the new installment of Need for Speed just didn't have their favorite cars. So they also need to add more variants of cars. For instance, the E86 hatchback was a good car, but I prefer the A86 sedan. They didn't have that. There was the Civic hatchback, and that's nice, but I prefer the Civic sedan, the EK3 sedan, but it didn't have that. So more variations of cars would be nice to have. Another thing too that they need to look at is luck parts, because we spend a lot of time grinding, getting money for that brand new shiny exotic car. Then when we get the car, we realize that all the parts on the body are locked, so you can't change nothing. Probably you could put on a spoiler if you are lucky, but other than that, there's nothing you could have really changed. So, and it felt like you were robbed in a way, because you're excited to get this car and then the car has nothing you could really do, so you had to drive it stock. The Aventador had one body kit fit, and I think that was a Rocket Bunny, or it might have been Liberty Walk. Either way, it's just one body kit. And when you go online, you're seeing the same Aventador with the same body kit passing you by, and the only difference is it might be a different color. So adding more parts to the game would make the experience more fun and make the game more personal. There was this blue Porsche that I thought was very ugly, but I bought it and I just wanted to see if I would like it, because it's an ugly car, but you never know, the ugly car might win, right? Get the ugly car, put on the RWB kit on it, and I loved it. But then when I checked the back of the car, it had a spoiler, and I tried to change it because I didn't like the spoiler. And I tried to change it, and it was locked. So in my mind, all spoilers should be universal. You should be able to change the spoiler whether or not there's a body kit on it or not. Spoilers should be something universal. They should have spoilers on the trunk. It should be a rear mount on the trunk. It should be a rear mount on the back bumper, stuff like that. So wherever people fancy, they will have it, because I personally do not like a rear mount that is attached or has to remove the back bumper. I don't like that. So I might prefer my rear mount on the trunk. Just saying. More Need for Speed branded parts. So if you have more Need for Speed branded parts, you wouldn't have to worry about the lack of parts for the newer end cars. Because the Z28 body kit, I believe, was a Need for Speed body kit that they put on it. And that Need for Speed body kit worked nicely. I liked it. I liked my Z28 with that look. So more parts for more Need for Speed branded parts, so that's how they would have more content in the game, and it would prolong the experience of the game. Engine swaps to me is vital, because Need for Speed was always a game that taught me. It was always a learning experience for me, and the way how they can bring back that learning experience, that teaching people about cars, is through the engine. The younger generation coming up, most of them probably don't know about engines. So this little step would help them get further or deeper into cars, boost their love for cars. So that's how they would buy the next Need for Speed game. Business plans. But yeah, back to the engine swaps. I believe that they could teach us what engine could compare to what other engines. For like instance, Nissan SR20 engines could probably compare to a Honda B16 or B18 engine, right? I'm not saying that it can or it cannot, but I'm just saying that's how is just an example. Like the RB26 and a GZ or something. Just an example. I'm not being accurate, I'm just using examples, right? Another thing is that they can have more engines, because some people for Toyota, for instance, people know about the 2JZ, they know about the 1J, they know about the 1G. But how much people know about the Toyota Starling engine or the Starlet engines? How many people know about those things? My dad had a Subaru, and for the life of me, I never knew what engine Subarus have. The only thing I know about a Subaru is that how they come in all-wheel drive. That's the only thing I know. But they should use this as an opportunity to teach us more about engines, at least engines. If they have to teach us, let it be something that we're interested in knowing about. The way how they could present the engine swaps, they could have it that any car could get any engine from any manufacturer. They could have it like that, or they could have it that each manufacturer has their engines for only that car. So Nissan would only have Nissan engines for them, like SR20 or RB something. Toyota would only have the J's and the G's and whatnot. So that would create a more balanced feel of the game. The game would be more balanced, it would be more fair. They could balance it with every car getting any engine, but it would be harder, right? Another thing is that they need to reevaluate the cars in Need for Speed 2015 if they had to bring back some cars, because my R35, I was having problems with it. I don't think an R35 can win at an all-out sprint, no matter how fast it is. I fully upgraded my R35. I put a supercharger in it, and I was still sluggish out of the corners. I put a turbo in it. I was still sluggish out of the corners. So I think that they need to take each car and evaluate how they perform with each performance upgrade to make it more balanced, to make it more even. Another thing is I don't mind the fact that there are OP cars like the RSR or the Aventador or the Bex Customs F1. I don't mind that. What I do mind is having cars that are below scratch, that are not up to mark. Cars should either be fully upgraded, should either be at a certain level or higher. There should be no cars that lag behind, that lag in performance upgrades or in performance. All cars should be at a certain level or faster, or something like that. You don't want somebody's favorite car that somebody likes it, has a favorite car, but the car competes at all because of reasons. Nah, we don't want that. Drive swaps. I personally love Civic. Yes, I like Civics, but Civics and other front wheel drives in Need for Speed 2015 were kind of nerfed. If you tried to do something as small as switch lanes, you would lose power. So if anytime you tried to turn with a front wheel drive car, you would lose power. Whereas with these rear wheel drive or these all wheel drive cars, if they just turn, they wouldn't really lose power. They would still be getting power from the rear or something. But the front wheel drives, from the time they turn, the tach would stick, and you would hear the car rev, but the car wouldn't accelerate at all. Anytime you're turning, you can't turn and accelerate. Something will have to give, and that's unfair. So if they can't change the characteristics of the front wheel drive handling in the new coming game, they should at least add drivetrain swaps, so that's how we could have our cars that we like compete with other cars fairly. Another thing is that it creates an opportunity for more people to use their favorite car to perform the way how they want it to. Because there's one thing to have our favorite car, but we have our favorite car and it doesn't perform the way we want it to. It just be, we have it there for not using it basically, because it doesn't perform how we want it to. So that needs to be checked out, and drive swaps should be a thing in the new Need for Speed. Customization in the Ghost Games articles said that customization will be a major role, will play a major role in the new common Need for Speed, and I'm curious to see how they will do that, because they said so that it would be that way in 2015. I'm not doubting them, but I'm just curious. So for customization, me personally, I hope they add more multicolored rims, because I had a 180 SX with a black brim, but the inside the dish of it was gold. So adding multicolored rims would make the game more personal, would add to a more personal experience, and create more creativity for the build. And they could also add colored headlights, so pink headlights, blue headlights, maybe a black light headlights, and you unlock it for winning a certain amount of races or something. So you had this dark blue light that they normally have in CSI as your headlights. So you driving around and you seeing the P on the walls, and so that would be cool. I mean, a fanboy there a little bit, but that would be cool. Seeing a car with black light headlights, that would be cool. Another thing they should add, that I think they should add, is fog lights. In the article, they said that off-road might be a thing. They hinted at it, and off-road cars normally have fog lights. But I think that fog lights should be a thing that you could install on both, let's say, your off-road car and your ordinary car. Whether or not they have a body kit on it, they should have like a fog light woven into your front bumper or something like that to make it interesting. Because I would like to have a fog light in my car in Need for Speed 2017. Just saying. Number 4, settings and setup. Settings and setup is basically the lack of a pause menu. People complain about that, but we wouldn't be complaining anymore, because Ghost Games hinted in the article that there isn't going to be an online. It wouldn't be an only online experience. It will be offline mode. And they also said before you ask, yes, you will be able to pause the game. So you don't have to worry about not being able to pause the game anymore, right? Difficulty settings. People complain that the difficulty settings was, well, they didn't like the randomness of jumping from an easy race to a hard race, or from a medium race to easy to a hard. They didn't like that. They preferred it being all one suit, preferred to be all easy races. If they set it to medium, they would prefer it be all medium difficulty. If they set it to hard, they prefer the races be all hard. And hard was disliked again because of the rubber banding. So that the rubber banding needs to be fixed, and we should get a difficulty setting. That should be a thing. Controls. I honestly would like a horn button to honk my horn. I honestly like a headlight button to turn on my headlights, because I would like, in free roam where I'm driving, let's say my Miata or my 180 SX, and you drive and you see a friend and you flip up your headlights and you blink lights and you press horn, and let's say you have a friend, you're playing with a friend, but you don't have headphones, so you're not in the PS4 party, right? So your friend is driving around and he's looking for you, and you don't have your horn or you don't have your headlights to indicate to him that I'm over here, even though, because you can't talk to him. So having headlights would be something good, in my opinion. Or headlights or horn would be something good, in my opinion. 5. Music was good in Need for Speed 2015. It was alright, but they brought back some older songs like from Carbon and from Most Wanted. And the thing about it is, I didn't really hear those songs. I mean, I heard them on and off again, but I didn't really hear those songs, so it wasn't no big deal to me. To me, in the next Need for Speed, they should have trap music, more hip hop, because it's illegal street racing. Hip hop and trap music add to that illegal feel to that thug feel. I might have said that wrong, but anyways, it adds to that feel, to that genre, right? Also, they should give us famous songs, like real famous songs that everybody knows and loves, right? That get 100 million views, yeah, and so that there will be something that we know from the get. But they should also give us songs that nobody knows, because people like to play games, and when they play games for a while and they hear a song over and over, it might get stuck in their head and they might start to sing along with it, and all of that adds to the experience of the game. So having songs that are unknown, that are good songs that we might like, when we get to know them eventually, we want to be singing along and stuff like that. Number 6, physics. Physics is a large and sensitive topic, a really large topic, but to make it short and simple, I'll just put what I have listed here. Physics. Remove phantom edges or phantom corners. I'll explain that. Drift tune and grip tunes need to be re-evaluated. Jump physics need to be re-evaluated. Collision detection needs to be re-evaluated. Handling unpredictable regardless of grip or drift. Phantom edges or phantom corners is something that was in 2015. And the thing is, if you were drifting around a corner near the rails, probably, you would probably either, let's say you were 5 inches away from the rails, you'd probably lose all your points, or you'd probably be shot out of the drift from the rail. And that would happen because phantom glitches are a graphical error or a graphical input that prevents wall riding, and you can't see it, but it's there. And the reason why this needs to come out is because the younger audience, they will wall ride. Those who are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they will wall ride, especially if they haven't gotten the grasp of the game. So if the younger audience wants to wall ride, it should give them the option to wall ride. It shouldn't be a thing that shoots you out of the rails. It would also, some phantom edges or phantom corners were so severe that if you touch it, you would crash, and you basically would be crashing into nothing. So that needs to be sorted out. Another thing, drift tune and grip tunes need to be re-evaluated. Drift tunes they would just start a drift, and then basically you'd crash. Grip tunes, you'd try to turn and it would understeer, and the car wouldn't really turn. So both of those things need to be re-evaluated. I just wouldn't get in depth with it because we all know how drift tunes and grip tunes perform. Either really sticky, but grip, whatever man, whatever. Jump physics need to be re-evaluated because it was random. It was really random. You jump in your car, and I don't know if it's because the height, but sometimes, let's say because of how low your car is, you hit the ramp and then you fall 2 centimeters in front of the ramp, and then other times you would hit the ramp and then you would go sky high. It just wasn't random. It just was random, sorry. Tying up myself real bad. My mouth is getting dry. Whew. Collision detection needs to be evaluated because in online events, or even with the normal AI, you would get touched and spin out, and it would be so bad that you just don't want to get touched by anybody else. Because the specs custom, they would hit your car, and if they hit your car from behind, they would end up going all the way under your car and end up in front of you. A little touch from them and they'll spin you out even. And if you spin out, trust me, you'll crash. Especially in the canyons, you'll crash. And if you crash, you'll crash out, which will be the cutscene, and that'll just be a penalty for something somebody else did, you know. So the collision detection needs to be sorted out. Handling was unpredictable regardless of grip or drift. Sometimes you try to drift and the car wouldn't drift. You're using brake to drift, you're using handbrake, the car just wouldn't let loose. And then other times when you're using a grip car, you'd be, let's say, driving and the car would understeer, and then you wouldn't turn and you would catch yourself going straight and into a wall. Makes no sense. Drift tunes also, let's say you're driving and you're drifting from the right, you're drifting right, but there's a left street, so you have to go left. You pull up the handbrake and you turn left, and all of a sudden the car does a 180 or 360 in the right direction. If it's an arcade game, the car's supposed to go where I want it to go, because it's arcade, it's not a simulator, so I shouldn't have to worry about which direction the car go in. If I tell it to go left, it should go left. If I tell it to go right, it should go right. Simple as that. 7, and finally, is online. Need for Speed 2015 had a competitive online section that they added afterward with the update, right? To clear that up. It was called Speedless, but it came with a lot of flaws. Even though it was good, it added extra lifespan to the game, but it had flaws. Like, for instance, if you in a lobby and you want your friend to join, right? Let's say it's you and 3 other persons in the lobby driving around the whole map, right? Just you and 3 other persons, so 4 persons in total. And your friend tries to join, and then he gets a message, can't join because the lobby is full. The lobby is full because a whole set of other drivers are in that lobby doing a speedless, but the speedless doesn't actually interact with the lobby itself, doesn't interact with the map that you are on. So it just hinders the whole thing. My friend can't join my lobby because of a speedless that is going on that is not even interacting with us or connected with me in any way. So the ability to make our own lobby should also be a thing, because joining matches, doing lobbies and stuff was difficult in Need for Speed 2015. It was hard to do. Sometimes I remember the first time I tried to do multiplayer with my friend, we actually spent like 30 minutes trying to figure it out. We watched videos and all kind of stuff to figure it out, and then after 30 minutes we actually get to play. But still, come on, that shouldn't be. And then the ability to back out of speedless should be a thing, because I think in my mind, you join a speedless and there's no way to back out. You're trapped. Basically, you're trapped. You go to the home screen and it says click this to forfeit match and enter your garage, and then when you click it, it's unclickable. That's kind of like, that means that it wasn't finished, and that also meant that you'd have to leave the entire game, switch off the game, and then re-enter it to be in, let's say, solo, which is not speedless, right? Now, I don't want that. I don't like that one bit, because if I switch off my game, most likely I won't come back and play it. Chances are I might just go and play Call of Duty. You know, if I switch off my game, if I'm on a vibe and something makes me take off the game, I have to be real eager to play racing games for me to go back and play and switch on the game. So try to make sure, Ghost Games need to try to make sure that there's no switching off of games. So say like for the roadblocks, you have to switch off the game to despawn the heavy roadblock, and you have to switch off the game to come out of the speed list. You need to avoid that, because anytime I come off my game, I mightn't go back in it. Just saying. Right? Another thing is they should have your friends be able to join your speed list. What is the point in being trapped in a speed list and then you can't have your friends join? So you're trapped alone with these other people that you don't know, and that's it. You're trapped there. You have to do events and your friends not there to join in the fun. So basically it's strictly competitive. It's not fun. So they should add the ability for your friends to join your speed list, or for you to be able to join their speed list. So to add more fun to the game, and adding more fun would inevitably add more lifespan to the game, and that way everybody wins. In conclusion, I hope Ghost Games has already thought of all of these things and are at least halfway through these fixes. Because if they aren't, and they only just realize, then they'll have such a limited time to get it done, as June 2nd is right around the corner. Based on the article, I believe that it's safe to be hyped, because it seems that Ghost Games will, with their upcoming installment of Need for Speed, will bring more to the table than the last Need for Speed. If there's anything I missed or anything you disagree with, be sure to let me know in the comments, as your feedback is always appreciated. Show your love and support by liking and subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video, and to all the menaces, we out here.